Starting at the physical layer, you don't connect to anything without the data link layer, and that's where your MAC ID comes in. Let's talk about what MAC IDs are all about, what component MAC IDs are inside electronic and electromagnetic warfare, which is a multi-use system with the medical body area network, which used to be called the wireless body area network until they were mandated. MAC addresses are something that we use with basic Internet Protocol addresses every day, all the time. They are in the data link layer. We're going to Google Medium Access Control, and we're going to click on the Wikipedia link. MAC IDs have been around at the sublayer, just above the physical layer, because in IEEE 802 LAN-MAN standards, the Medium Access Control, also called Media Access Control, is the layer that controls the hardware responsible for interaction with the wired, electrical, or optical, or wireless transmission medium. Again, they turn the body into the transmission medium. When the body is the transmission medium communications channel, it's hard to hack the data. Just as we read in episode 7, turning the body into a wire. So, the MAC sublayer and the logical link control sublayer together make up the data link layer. Let's go back to the pervasive computing article that we were reading in previous episodes. And last time we were here, we were looking at the physical layers. Number 1, narrowband. Number 2, ultra-wideband. Number 3, human body communication. The MAC layer are those nodes being organized and how they communicate inside of the packets. So the packets are routed through your physical layer with the human body communication to ensure cybersecurity as well as proper routing techniques. For example, the W-band has 5 routing protocols, one of which is thermal aware, so it doesn't swell the human tissue too much when establishing biomarkers with biosensors. So the wireless body area network has connected your body to multiple different types of systems depending on who has access. We looked over these 5 routing protocols at the end of episode 3, W-band. You can go back and review these 5 protocols if you don't remember. If we can engage in intellectual dialogue about the reason you find MAC IDs in and all around humans has to do with the cyber-physical backbone of bio-cyber-physical connectivity, maybe we can finally get people to start talking about the biotelemetry that's involved.
Do you guys remember on like the Bluetooth? It was like on TikTok and Instagram. Like if you go into an area with a lot of people, on the Bluetooth, they would pop out like people's codes and numbers. That's what MAC IDs were. Those were people's MAC IDs showing up.
You don't need to be vaccinated to have a MAC ID. People who took the PCR test also have a MAC address. They didn't need to put a needle in you. They still got you. To those saying they can't see the MAC IDs coming from people's body, do you know what Omnet software is? Omnet is one of the most common W-band softwares being used today. This is used in hospitals for all different types of W-bands, not just the medical body area networks. Wireless sensor network simulation. It shows a simulation to send data to nodes on a network. When you look at the setting up of the software on other training videos, it shows you that the nodes on the network are actual human bodies. Now that we are familiar with things like Omnet, W-band, and the IEEE 802.15, here is a great article to read from Scientific Research Publishing. Hybrid IEEE 802.15.6 Wireless Body Area Networks Interference Mitigation Model for High Mobility Interference Scenarios. The field of wireless sensor networks has revolutionized tremendously in the recent past with its major application in wireless body area networks. This has in the same dimension attracted immense interest from the researchers and technology providers. The operational modality of the W bands is that a few sensor nodes are placed in or around the body, and that they are meant to operate within a limited condition while providing high performance in terms of W band lifetime, high throughput, high data reliability, minimum node delay, and low power consumption. As most of the W band operates within the universal, industrial, scientific, and medical narrowband, wireless band frequency band. This has posed a challenge in respect to intra, and co-channel interference, especially in dense areas and high mobility scenarios. As well, the body posture changes dynamically due to these mobility effects. In this paper, we propose a hybrid W-band interference mitigation model based on carrier sense multiple axis with collision avoidance, contention window approach, and user priority queues. Using Omnet, which we just talked about, Omnet simulation, a comparison to the IEEE 802.15.6 base W-band protocol is presented under the standing, walking, sitting, and lying postural mobility scenarios. The results show that the proposed hybrid model outperforms the IEEE 802.15.6 base collision avoidance protocol in areas of network throughput, bandwidth efficiency, and network delay in these mobility postures. Wireless sensor networks is a technology which consists of spatially distributed autonomous sensors to monitor physical or environmental conditions such as temperature, sound, pressure, and to cooperatively pass their data through the network to a main location. It incorporates a gateway that provides a wireless connectivity back to the wired world. So as we just read, these sensors are autonomous. You see, autonomous sensors. So they are at the level of your skin, playing around with your electrical body part, and they decided not to tell people. Unfortunately, now we're at the point where everyone's so dumbed down that they don't even know that they are on the electromagnetic spectrum. They don't know that their eyeballs only see a tiny part of that electromagnetic spectrum. Now, when we say pull, P-O-L-L, this is what we're talking about. This video on YouTube shows us how they pull those different biosensors right out of the wireless. It could be for the automated system. It could be for your city. It could be something of the microdoppler. It could be your Amazon shipping services. Those things don't happen very often. More often would be your healthcare, car insurance. This is how they pull those different biosensors right out of the wireless.